Yo, so today we're going to be talking about how to play Zenyatta the absolutely best way as a beginner. Let's talk about it. What's up everybody and welcome back to the X-Film Hideout. My name is Ghost. If you guys have never been here before, I'm super excited you guys are here. This is a place where we talk about the games we play, the lives we live, and how we can look for ways to help each other be better than we were the day before. Better than yesterday is the motto. One stream at a time, one day at a time. If you guys feel like you vibe with that, I hope you'll stick around for the video. Today we're going to be talking about Zenyatta, the amazing healer, and the other two episodes we've done have been on DPS, so I figured it's time we branch out into another bracket to show you guys as a beginner player how you should be playing somebody other than DPS. Now I'm gonna quickly say, this video is not saying that as a beginner player you should be choosing Zenyatta as your first hero, because many people would argue, well, Zen isn't really a beginner hero. I agree, I don't think he's really a beginner hero, but if you are going to play him as a beginner, this is the best way that you should be playing him. Also, just so you guys know, I do stream on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Hope to see you there sometime. Let's get into the video. So today, guys, we're going to be talking about Tekhartha Zenyatta, a 20-year-old wandering guru adventurer. Zenyatta uses these Orbs of Harmony and Discord to heal his teammates or weaken his opponents, all while pursuing a transcendent state of immunity to damage. Zenyatta is actually a former member of the Shambali monastery. He actually ended up leaving. We're not going to get super into the depth of his lore, but he disagreed with the group's approach on a couple of matters. One of them being that it wasn't just through teaching that was going to solve the world's problems between humans and omnics at the time, but through interpersonal connection and engagement. That's where we get the wandering monk who searches the world for spiritual enlightenment, and it's also been said that those who cross Zenyatta's path are never the same again. This is also what happens when Genji is encountered by Zenyatta after Zenyatta leaves the monastery, and then that's why we also know that Zenyatta is pretty much Genji's like sensei, and helps Genji kind of cope with the fact that he's half omnic, half human, which is essentially like a cyborg, not really an omnic, but that dual existence that Genji's been struggling with, Zenyatta is there to help him cope through it. So before we get into the abilities, let's talk about Zenyatta a little bit. Zenyatta is usually a offensive healer with pretty much a high skill ceiling. You'll definitely see pros play Zenyatta and do very well, and then you'll think, oh, I'm gonna jump and play Zenyatta and then do very poorly. Zenyatta's success is really based on his positioning and accuracy, and the reason why that makes it really hard is because his immobility is going to get you killed all the time if you don't get your positioning down and being where you're supposed to be. You get punished very hard for being out of position with Zenyatta, and then also there is a crazy amount of damage output that you could be utilizing as Zenyatta. But if you don't have the accuracy, it's kind of like Ana. It's the same circumstance. Like, you shouldn't be playing them until you get your accuracy down on these heroes, at least in ranked. And then also, obviously, playing the hero more often is going to make you more comfortable and make you more accurate. And then lastly, you're going to want to make sure that as a healer, one, you should be in comms, because heals are supposed to be the ones doing most of the callouts. And then also because of one of your orbs, which we're going to talk about in a little bit, people need to know where that orb is at. So first, let's talk about the standard orbs, which are called Orbs of Destruction, and these are just the projectiles, the little carved balls that come from the Shambali monastery, and that's what he uses to fire his shots, each one doing 48 damage, and then you have 20 rounds, I guess you can call them, in your quiver, I guess? I don't even know what to call where he keeps them. I think they're actually just floating around him, so anyways, you have 20 of them. You can also use your right click, which is going to be your secondary fire called Volley. And Volley is where you can charge up to 5 of them and shoot them at the same time, causing 240 damage versus your 48 damage per orb. And what Volley is really good for in right click is kind of like for if you see a Widow sniping and you want to take her out right away, for Bastion, that you really need to output all of that damage at once, Ryan's being exposed with shield down. There's many reasons as you play Zenyatta, you'll kind of see when is good to use it, when it's not. But for the most part, you should be using right click very often, because that's where you're going to get all of your damage. The problem is if you miss all 5 orbs, yeah, it could cost you. Then we have Orb of Harmony. That is his healing orb. You always want to have this on somebody. You should not be ever really in the match where this isn't on somebody. Even if they are fully healed, put it on the person you think is gonna need it first. Now, how the Orb of Harmony and Discord work is they both will be returned to you if you can't see somebody for 3 seconds. So you pretty much have to have somebody in line of sight. So you want to be in the back line of your team, but where you can see everybody. And if somebody really needs it and they like turn the corner because they're taking all kinds of damage and are about to die, try to keep that line of sight so that they get the heals still. And the same is going to go for Discord. The Orb of Harmony gives you 30 health per second. The projectile speed is 120 meters per second, and the max range is 40 meters. So you have a good range in which you can use these. Then let's go to the Orb of Discord. So the same thing. This is what this is going to do, is it's going to add 30% damage. So everybody who has this orb is going to take that much more damage. So it's actually very, very powerful. The problem is when Zenyatas are continually transferring your Discord orb without telling anybody who it's on. Because in the middle of the fight, it's really hard to pay attention to who the orb is on all the time. Now, there are certain heroes who it's their sole job to pay attention, to follow the Discord orb and capitalize on those kills. But it makes it a lot easier when Zen is like, Orb is on Winston, Orb is on Hog, Orb is on Widow, Orb is on Pharah. And just make sure that you have that kind of communication so your team knows who to target, because 30% more damage means you guys are going to be able to delete someone a lot faster from the fight, making it in your favor to put it at them at a 5v6 or a 4v6 or 3v6, etc. And same thing, so if you discord the enemy and they lose line of sight with you, the orb will be returned to you 3 seconds after that. This is the craziest part, Transcendence. Zenyatta's ultimate, making him immune to things like stuns and hack and earth shatter. Also, one quick thing, just so you know, ammunition is restored after completing your ultimate. So it's really good to be able to use maybe your right click and hit somebody and then go into Transcendence, and then right when you come out of it, you could be firing again. It's going to give you 300 health per second, which means nothing can kill you. There's really no damage output that is going to be able to kill you while you're in this, and they do that on purpose because you get that 6 seconds of just keeping your team alive. So this is really good for any type of major ultimate that is canceling for your team. This is when you want to save Transcendence for. You don't want to just use it. Now, there is times where, for instance, if you're pushing payload and there's 3 of you on payload and you know that you need to stay on that payload, by all means, use it and keep you guys alive until the rest of your team gets there. And there's situations like that. But for the most part, you want to save it for like Dragon from Hanzo, Blizzard from Mei, getting grabbed by Zarya. All of these, Earth Shatter by Ryan, all of these type of ultimates that are game-changing, team-wrecking ultimates. When you pop Transcendence, you get that full heal for everybody. Another very good one is Genji's ultimate, Dragon Blade, and the reason why is because they're both 6 seconds. So if you pop your Transcendence, when he pops Dragon Blade, he's really not going to be able to kill anybody that's in the radius of your Transcendence. So in many ways, this could be extremely powerful. So that pretty much covers his abilities. Let's talk a little bit about Zenyatta real quick and how you should be, where you should be with your team. Zenyatta and most heals is you're going to want to play the back line. Now, you don't want to play so far back like in a sniper position, because you have that 40 meters that you need to be within your team to be able to throw orbs back and forth, and you also want to be able to throw Discord orbs as well. But the reason why you want to be backline, 1, because you're going to be taking less damage, 2, because you're very, very immobile and you rely on your team to essentially keep you alive. You're considered a squishy healer and can be deleted very quickly, so you have to be careful about that. That's why positioning is huge with Zenyatta. 3 being you just want to basically see everything that's going on so you can put your Harmony and Discord where they need to be. Now let's talk really quick about your immobility. You cannot run away when you are being attacked, which means you need to be close to your other heals for the most part. That's going to help you out because they can heal you and you can heal them, and that's kind of how you play heals very efficiently in Overwatch. The other thing is you want to call for pills. So essentially you want to call your tank and say, hey dude, this Genji's on me. Hey dude, this Tracer's on me. And so hopefully your tank can try to mitigate the damage coming into your area and destroying you. But if not possible, you need to just literally face them head on. You need to Discord orb them and strafe back and forth and try to land those headshots and take them out before they take you out. That's really the only thing that you can do, or you're just gonna get killed. So there's no use in trying to hide. There's no use in trying to run. If anything, you do a lot better in the midst of your team. So if you're in the back line like you should be and you start getting attacked, push into your team. So it's harder to focus you in the midst of when your team is fighting, and then also it's easier for your tank to be able to peel from you. If you go and hide, if you try to retreat back, you're just gonna get killed a lot easier, and they're gonna keep doing it over and over because they know that you're gonna be an easy target. If you're Zenyatta and you kill a Tracer or a Genji a couple times, they're gonna stop bothering you, and sometimes they'll even switch off that role because they're not able to kill you like they were. So guys, this is just a beginner's guide. I don't want to get like too in depth on all the technical things and overwhelm you as playing Zenyatta as a beginner. I hope you guys do very well. If you guys like this guide and it added some value to your Overwatch plays, definitely let me know down in the comments. I would love to hear who's starting, who's buying new games. I love hearing about the people who are just starting to play Overwatch, and I'm really excited for Overwatch 2. Also, let me know down in the comments below which hero you want to see a guide for next. I will be putting polls on Twitter and Discord, and so you guys can definitely follow me on both of those and make sure that you participate in the polls to have a voice in what hero guide is used next. Thank you guys for being here and listening. A like does go a long way for the channel, so make sure to smash that like button and go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. We also cover Valorant content, we also cover Apex Legends, and going to be covering Escape from Tarkov soon. So if you play any of those games as well, make sure that you guys subscribe and you don't have to miss a video. Have fun out there, guys, and good luck in your ranked games. Well, I hope you guys have an amazing day or night depending on where you're at in the world, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace. Thank you so much. That meant a lot to me, and I'm gonna remember you. Whether you are a squirrely little wombat, or you're a brave man, or a brave woman. Thank you so much for the gifted subs. Really appreciate you.